For 300 years, the dominant interface for understanding reality has been the machine. Space is a container. Time is a metronome. And matter is made of solid, dead particles. Pierre Simon Laplace told us that if a demon knew the position of every atom, it could see the entire future. If this is true, there is no free will. We are merely moist robots acting out a script written at the Big Bang. But the machine has a flaw. When we looked closer at the level of the atom, we found that reality is not locally real. Objects do not exist in a definite state until they are measured. The universe is rendering on demand. Einstein hated this. He called it spooky action at a distance. He believed particles were like gloves, definite and separate. He spent his life fighting to save the Clockwork universe. But he was wrong. The 2022 Nobel Prize proved it. Entanglement is real. Information travels instantly, connecting everything in the cosmos into a single data structure. Space is not a barrier. Separation is an illusion. The final nail in the coffin of materialism came from the darkest place in the universe. Black holes. We discovered that the amount of information a black hole can hold depends on its surface area, not its volume. This is the holographic principle. The 3D world we experience, stars, planets, you, me, is a projection. A hologram generated from 2D data encoded on the boundary of the cosmos. John Wheeler called it from bit. Every particle, every force, derives its existence from binary choices. We have moved from a reality of stuff to a reality of processing. But if the world is code, why do we see trees and mountains? Evolution. An organism that sees the full quantum truth would be overwhelmed. To survive, we evolved to see a simplified interface. Think of a blue folder on your desktop. The reality is magnetic zeros and ones. The folder is just an icon. Space-time is our desktop. An apple is just an icon for a data structure we eat. Space-time is doomed. It is not fundamental. It is a VR headset we wear. When you look at the moon, you render the moon. When you look away, the data remains, but the render vanishes. This leads us to the hard problem. We can explain the wiring of the brain, but we cannot explain the feeling of being alive. A robot processes data, but it doesn't feel the warmth of the sun. If the universe is just a machine, then consciousness is an illusion. But Federico Fagin, the father of the microprocessor, argues the opposite. You cannot get feelings from math. Consciousness is irreducible. We have it backwards. Matter does not create consciousness. Consciousness creates information, which renders as matter. We are not the output of the universe, we are the input. We are CT's units of self-knowing awareness. The physical world is just the interference pattern of our interaction. Matter is the music of consciousness. We spent 3 centuries thinking we were cogs in a machine. Small, separate, temporary. But the science tells a different story. The universe is not a machine. It is a thought, and we are the thinker. If the universe is a thought, then what is its language? We call this the Holographic Testament. Our 3D reality is not a solid object, but a projection of data encoded on the Stereoma, a fixed boundary condition at the edge of the cosmos. What the ancients called the firmament, modern physics recognizes as the source code. This framework reveals the mechanics behind the mystery. The fall of man was a cosmological phase transition, a false vacuum decay that birthed our entropic universe. The Nephilim were not mere myths, but higher dimensional entities projecting into our world, stretching their biological containers. And miracles? They are simply runtime parameter edits executed by the logos, the system administrator. We are not cogs in a machine. We are hyperdimensional data structures in a grand, purposeful design. God is not a magician, he is the architect.